and Thomas up front are just putting their ears back and going after the quarterback.
He is crashing through the barricade. 3rd and long. Alvarado back. Lets go of it quickly. It's broken up at the 15-yard line, and a flag is down. It was intended for Booker, and there may have been early contact.
They're going to get Sullivan Beard for pass interference. He got his hand on the back. We'll see here in just a minute. Well, Sullivan Beard got his hand on the back of Booker, and it looked like a pretty obvious pass interference because I think he even grabbed a little jersey.
Minutes and 36 seconds are left. That's number 25, Sullivan Beard, who went tumbling over the back. Booker helping the official a little bit. Alvarado looking, firing, picked off at the 3. Email back to the 15. He's knocked down at the 20. What a sure-handed catch that was.
Second interception of the season for Email. He had an interception last week and one this week, so he and Beard both tied for the team lead with 2 each.
This ball had some zip to it. Email made a fine across the body interception. So the 5'9", 180-pounder, the former colonel from Nicholls State, makes a terrific interception. And that again is a fine defensive effort by the Bucks in general, and Email in particular. So each time that Oklahoma has threatened, this Buck defense has shaken its antlers. 1st and 10 from the 19. Birch will throw. Has a pocket. Sends it deep. Tipped away at the last moment again. A late delivery and underthrown. 2 receivers were there, Hurd and Schexnayder. Either one of them could have caught it, but the ball was delivered late and it didn't get there.
And in arena football, you cannot take, there you see the tip. In indoor football, you cannot take much time at all to make a decision about where you're going. Pre-snap reads are so important, and that's why you're going to see mostly 3-step drops as well in this league. That delivery gave Marcus Long an opportunity to get back defensively and tip it away. Should have been a touchdown.
Timing is even more important.
You got to know where you're going as a quarterback with a football right now, and then get back as soon as that plant foot hits. Get rid of the football. Go somewhere with it.
Birch gets it to Fair in the left flat, and he catches it at the 20 and is repelled right there. It will be 3rd and long.
It's just not enough room on this field to outthrow the defense. I mean, because the field's so small, the defense can always catch up on a deep ball in arena football, indoor football, unless you anticipate it and get rid of it quickly.
So arm strength is not nearly as important in this game as timing.
As timing and accuracy, absolutely. That's why a guy like Kurt Warner was such a good player in the indoor game, because then the strongest arm not going to throw it 70 yards like some people, but he had timing and accuracy.
Birch hooks up nicely right there for a 1st down, hauled in by Kevin Hurd. So the deep curl to the outside gives the Bucks a 1st down at the 18-yard line. 4:17 to go.
Birch delivered that one on time.
So you're saying Danny Werfel would be a pretty good indoor quarterback?
He might be. That's right. You don't want to hold the ball in this league. Give it to somebody. You know, you've got 3-4 receivers out there. Get it going.
Deep drop. Birch scrambling. Lofts it deep, and that's out of the reach of everybody in the far corner. And a smart play just to avoid a mistake or a turnover. Holding, however, against Houma will give the Crude some defensive real estate. 29-18. The Bucks have never trailed, although Oklahoma has stayed close throughout most of this game. This is the biggest advantage enjoyed by Houma. Next week, Houma starts a 4-game road trip. The Utah Warriors are next on April 5th. On April 12th, the Beaumont Drillers, that's formerly out of Alexandria, Louisiana. On April 19th, the Austin Rockers, and then April 26th, our next telecast from Lake Charles as Houma takes on the Land Sharks. The Bucks won't be back until May 4th, a Sunday, at Sunday afternoon against Tupelo. To the 20.
So they've got that long trip to Utah. Wonder when the Buck charter will be leaving for that one. Maybe now. Get there for next week. Plenty of good seats still available for that game if you want to head to Utah to go check out the Bucks.
You mean with the traveling party?
Absolutely. You can travel with the team.
Maybe get a little skiing in. Birch has it slapped down. That one was knocked down by Chris Mathis, a 6'2", 254-pounder out of northern Oklahoma. Number 55 got up and rerouted that pass. After the road trip, though, 5 of the remaining games will be at home. And only 3 more on the road. Fair, dancing, diving to the 19. That is short of a first down. Well short.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. Attention, ladies and gentlemen. We have our winner for tonight's TV player.
Oklahoma takes a timeout. They've got a couple left. 1:59 remains in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. A field goal coming up for Stropolo. The lead is 11 with just under 2 minutes remaining.
Through hard work and thoughtful planning, we have established a thriving economy in this area, legendary for its natural resources, renowned culture, and friendly.
Stropolo will try to connect from about 32 yards with just under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. 29-18, Houma attempting to advance its lead right here. The kick is a sidewinder, and he hooked another one. Everything has been pulled right by Stropolo tonight.
That time the laces, I don't think, got lined up right for him, but it's been a tough night for Stropolo. It's a good thing the Bayou Bucks really didn't need his services all that much tonight. But again, it's part of the lot of points still left on the board, and Stropolo, who was a great kicker a year ago in the National Indoor Football League, you know, he's a little disappointed. He'll go back to work this week in practice and get ready for Utah on the road next week.
Leg strength is not an issue with Chris, but his accuracy tonight has been lacking on most kicks. So now Houma digs in again defensively. The football is on the 5. Oklahoma needs 2 scores to take the lead. 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. And time is called because someone hurled a foreign object on the field. Alvarado is back in at quarterback for the second consecutive series. He did not play in the second and third quarters and the first half of the fourth quarter after starting the ball game.
Well, I guess he's their early guy and late guy. I don't know. Coaches talked highly about Alvarado before the game. He's a good player, 2-year starter at Abilene Christian University.
He throws to the outside. Booker has it and chopped off his feet at the 11.
I think they felt like with Hottashell, he gives you a little more scramble ability, and with the pressure defensive line's been putting on the Crude passing game all day today, that's maybe why they went with that change, whereas Alvarado's more of a pocket passer, but he's a much better thrower. You can tell.
Owens on the run, or excuse me, that's Booker on the crisscross in the backfield, and Booker doesn't get much. They tried to fool the defense by going to the ground, and the clock continues to move.
Yeah, that's not going to get it, and I'm surprised that the Crude are huddling up, you know, down 2 scores with under 2 minutes to go. You got to call a couple of plays in the huddle.
Or call them at the line of scrimmage. Who cares if they know what's coming? Harris is dumped as they go back to the ground. Betts finished him off, and this play calling, trailing by 11, befuddles me, Mr. Rance.
Well, I'm wondering, as Alvarado is getting a little conversation with the coaches, I wonder if maybe they're calling the wrong play or something, but can't imagine that you would call 2 running plays with a down 11 with a minute and change to go.
And the ball is back at the original line of scrimmage now, the 5-yard line. So a bit of a curious strategy by Oklahoma. It's 4th and 10 from the 5. And there's no option but to try to go upfield here. The Bucks make a defensive change. Seth Lavallee, a 6'4", 290-pounder out of Nichols, comes into the ball game. Victory is near for the Bucks. Oklahoma must convert this 4th and 10 to keep the game alive. Alvarado will work from shotgun formation. Here comes the pressure. Peg over the middle. Tipped and intercepted. Grabbed by Darren Franklin. Down he goes at the 20, and that seals the deal for the Houma Bayou Bucks.
Well, should have been caught right through the right through the hands of Marvin Owens. Could have been a first down, but couldn't hold on. It was tipped. 3rd interception of the game for the secondary of the Bayou Bucks.
They've spread them around, haven't they?
They really have. Beard with an interception, Email with an interception, and Franklin with one. All that leaves is Derek Pittman. He's wondering where his is.
41 seconds remain, and Houma is about to close this one out for the 2nd straight week in the victory column. To the end zone, underthrown, intercepted. Well, we were questioning the thought process offensively for Oklahoma. What's that all about? As Hunt makes the interception.
It's sort of funny because Oklahoma's down 11 with a minute and a half. They're running the football, and here's the Bucks up 11 with 50 seconds, and they're throwing it. So
and again,
we could flip-flop them.
Again, an underthrown ball as Hunt was able to catch the short throw. Kevin Hurd was behind the secondary.
Hasn't been the best night for Will Birch. They've managed to win without a stellar performance, but Birch has thrown 4 interceptions.
You know, one thing, Ronnie, and this is just conjecture on my point, and I'm not even sure of the rule, but isn't there some process where margin of victory comes into play in terms of postseason if you have ties and that sort of thing?
Well, I'm sure. You know, I mean, it's not going to be one of the first tiebreakers, but it's, you know, in the book somewhere.
Another interception. This one grabbed by Tim Betts. And the middle linebacker from Troy State grabs the 4th INT tonight for Houma.
So 4 interceptions for both teams, so that equals itself out. That wasn't a factor.
Betts, number 8, right in the middle.
What a great play.
Jumps, tips it, gets his own deflection, and he's headed to the end zone. He doesn't get there, but my, oh my, did he climb the ladder to make that interception.
Outstanding play by Tim Betts, the former Troy State standout. Heck of a play. Just read the eyes of Alvarado, jumped up, tipped it, caught it, tried to score.
That's that zone defense you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's the main difference between the National Indoor Football League and Arena Ball that folks have seen on TV for years, that they have to play man-to-man in that league.
Now, as expected, the Houma team goes to the ground, and Sir Haver Fair gets a carry. That is the final play of the ball game. Houma defends its own turf successfully for the second consecutive week to open the National Indoor Football League schedule. The final score, Houma 29, Oklahoma 18. The Bucks go to 2-0. The Crude falls to 0-2. We'll be back with highlights and a wrap-up from down on the field. Ronnie Rance will talk to Jack Phillips right after we return. You don't go away now. Houma a winner by 11.
The Bayou Bucks are back for the 2003 season, and the hunted is now the hunter. Be sure to get your season tickets now and come out to cheer and support your Bayou Bucks in the quest for a championship. Your season tickets can be reserved for as little as $25. Get your tickets now for yourself or a loved one. Makes a great gift or a stocking stuffer. For ticket info, call 851-3600. That's 851-3600.
Welcome back to the Houma Terrebonne Civic Center, where the Houma Bayou Bucks have moved their record to 2 wins and no losses following a 29-18 victory over Oklahoma. Houma scored 29 last week and turned back. Myrtle beat South Carolina 29-14. Ronnie Rance is down on the carpet with victorious coach Jack Phillips.
Thank you, Len. I'm down here with the victorious coach, Jack Phillips. And Coach, we talked at halftime. I know you were a little bit disappointed with the way your team played in the first half. Wasn't the most pretty thing in the world, but you got a victory, you're 2-0.
And at this point, that's the most important thing, that we win football games and we learn as we go. Our offense really struggled without our running game tonight, and you can see the difference. So we had to depend on throwing the football. It didn't work out too well for us, but we were able to move the chains and get some opportunity to score. And, of course, our defense is carrying the load until the offense catch up.
Well, we heard that you guys had been practicing a little bit more and focusing a little more on special teams, and special teams tonight was big for you.
Absolutely. My coach has done an excellent job. Coach Benny Berg and the rest of the staff practicing on the special teams in detail, not letting the guys make mistakes, and it paid off tonight, and it'll probably pay off for the rest of the season.
Well, you're 2-0. Both performances haven't been your best. You know, the best football still to come. You got to be happy about that and thinking, hey, if you can ever put it all together, this is going to be a pretty good football team.
Well, that's what drives our optimism, that we're not playing very, very well now, but we're definitely doing enough in the crunch times to win football games, and that's a huge sign for a good football team. So it's looking to get a little bit, we'll clean it up a little bit, and then we'll be fine, I think.
Well, when's that charter leave for Utah? Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to fly.
Okay.
So we'll be fine. But the guys are looking forward to the trip. It's a 4-game skit on the road. It's going to be tough on us, but if we play good defense the way we've been playing, we can win on the road.
Plenty of good seats still available on that flight if you want to head out to Utah. Coach, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's it down here from the field, where the Houma Bayou Bucks go 2-0. Lynn, they don't do it with a lot of style points, but that's not what counts at the end. Back to you.
Okay, Ronnie, thank you very much. Utah, Beaumont, Austin, and Lake Charles all are on the Houma road schedule before they return here Sunday, May 4th against the Tupelo Fire Ants. We will have that May 4th game on the air for you, and the week prior to that, we'll be coming your way from Lake Charles as the Lake Charles Land Sharks will host the Houma Bucks on the final swing of that 4-game road trip. So Houma is a winner, 29-18 over Oklahoma. For Ronnie Rance and the entire television crew, we thank you for watching. I'm Lynn Rollins, and we'll see you again in a few weeks. Houma wins it 29-18. Good night, everybody.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lake Charles Civic Center in Lake Charles, Louisiana, as the Houma Bayou Bucks travel to take on the Lake Charles Land Sharks in exciting National Indoor Football League action. Hello, everyone. I'm Ronnie Rance, along with former LSU quarterback Alan Risher. Well, today is a tale of two teams headed in opposite directions. The Lake Charles Land Sharks are coming off an exciting win a week ago. They're 5-0. They're the cream of the crop in the NIFL. On the other side, the Bayou Bucks are desperately trying to get a win. They started the season 2-0 and have lost 3 straight, Allen, on what has turned into a tough 4-game road swing.
Well, tonight's game is really a story of two teams going in opposite directions. The Bayou Bucks obviously have dropped 3 in a row. The Land Sharks are coming off a huge win against an undefeated Beaumont team last week, Ronnie, and are really riding high, so they're expecting big things out of their club this evening.
Well, today you're going to see 2 outstanding quarterbacks for the Bayou Bucks, a name that's familiar to Louisiana football fans. Herb Tyler, who was signed earlier this week, the former LSU quarterback, is going to be taking the signals for the Bayou Bucks.
Well, Herb's been a very effective indoor quarterback. He played in the Arena Football 2 League with me a couple years ago. He had a little bit of an injury last year, but he's going to bring a field generalship and some quickness and leadership to this football team that should be a real positive for the Bucks tonight, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak.
For the Land Sharks, they're led by Ted Robinson, who is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's undefeated as quarterback for the Land Sharks, 14-0, going back to a year ago.
Well, you know, he's 33 years old. He's been around, but I tell you what, he's been a very effective indoor football quarterback through the years, and you're going to look for some good things out of Ted Robinson tonight. He's very experienced, and he'll lead the Land Sharks in a very solid fashion.
Big game coming up. We've got the starting lineups and the kickoff right after this. An exciting National Indoor Football League action. Between the Houma Bayou Bucks and the Lake Charles Land Sharks is brought to you by Copeland's Restaurant of New Orleans, locations in Houma and in Lafayette, and by the Cardiovascular Institute of the South, and by Terrebonne Parish. Welcome, everyone, to the Lake Charles Civic Center in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Ronnie Rance along with former Tiger quarterback Alan Risher. And welcome to another exciting National Indoor Football League contest between the Lake Charles Land Sharks and the Houma Bayou Bucks. Just had the coin toss, and the Bucks will receive. This is a big game, Alan. Two teams last year, when these two teams played each other, the Land Sharks had the better of it. They won both games a year ago. And this year, this is the first meeting. They'll meet twice. They'll meet later in the year in Houma, but for Houma, they desperately need a win right now.
Well, it's a key division game for Houma tonight. Obviously, they're 2-3 going into the ball game on a 3-game losing streak. The Land Sharks are 5-0, and if the Bayou Bucks can come out tonight and play a good football game, cut this thing to a 2-game lead, it's a big spread. You know, the difference between 4 and 2 tonight based upon the outcome of the ball game.
Well, head coach Jack Phillips and his staff have really shaken it up this past week. They've replaced Will Birch as the starting quarterback. Herb Tyler will call the signals, the former LSU Tiger who played last year for the Bayou Bucks before injuring himself, and he'll get his first start of the year in 2003. So Jack Phillips and his staff trying to shake it up a little bit with a new QB.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Herb plays tonight. He hadn't played in a real organized game in well over a year, so he's coming off an Achilles tendon injury that happened, early in the season last year during the NIFL campaign with the Bayou Bucks. So I'm sure there's going to be a little rust out there, Ronnie. We'll see how Herb reacts, but the guy's been a winner all his life. He's a field general, and I'm sure he's going to step up to the plate tonight and provide a good performance.
Well, Beard and Bates are back to receive the kickoff. And there's Clint Stanford, who drills it deep to Beard, who'll take it out. He's at the 10. He's at the 15. Got a little running room. A good tackle.